This is a cake batter milkshake. Oh, I actually love it. Hey everyone, it's Barry here. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Today we're doing another 4 3-ingredient recipes to try one time in your life. Remember, it's normally not just 3 ingredients, it can be 3 items for, I didn't think of this, but it kind of works, free flavour. So that's right, just like normal, this is part of a playlist, so if you want loads of budget recipe ideas that you can just put your own twist on, do check it out at the end of this video. Starter, main, dessert and drink, 12 items or ingredients in total to make this. Let's start with the very cheeky mega dessert. All right, for the dessert, we're gonna go for a little bit of a twist on peanut butter cups. This is a flantin, like mini flantin, and they almost give the perfect shape of peanut butter cups, but we've got 3 ingredients. You can make peanut butter cups with literally just chocolate and peanut butter. So we're gonna do American style peanut butter jelly or jam in the UK style ones, and they're gonna be so simple. 30-second blast, whizzy, whizzy, whizzy. Make sure that there's no foil on your chocolate. Oh, I probably know by now. Look at this. This is dark chocolate. So yes, okay, that does make it healthier. Ooh, a little bit of peanut butter just to give it a little bit of a twang. Oh, that is amazing. And it's getting Boston out of his bed, standard. I wanna make sure I've got enough to top these, so I'm gonna only do 4 at most. Now if I just give it a little tap, boom. So they're just gonna go into chill for a minute. Which is basically what you're doing, isn't it? Yeah. Anyhow, we're gonna jump to the starter now. These are gonna be jumbo pesto breadsticks. All right? I've never made them before. They could fail, and if they do, I'll leave notes and suggest improvements. But I've got high hopes for it. Remember we did the 2-ingredient bagels before? This is kind of like a concept of that, but instead of using Greek yogurt, we're gonna use buttermilk, which I was told in the comments there that we could use that as an alternative. So a big old bowl. This is some self-raising flour. Whoop. This is the buttermilk, and I'm gonna use about half of this tub, okay? So about 150 mils. And hopefully that will become some sort of dough, and if it's too wet, we add more flour in, too dry, well, we've got some more buttermilk for that, but that's actually looking quite promising. Ooh, this is some reduced fat pesto, and the bulk of it is going to go on at the end. We're going to spread it on as a topping, but I want to get a little bit of that basil flavour in there. Okay, there's still a slight bit of tackiness to it. Just shimmy down a little bit more. Oh, I think I'm gonna get 2 jumbo ones out of this. So I'll just rip one of the balls in half, and we'll just coat it a little bit. But it's already in a ball shape, so all I'm gonna do is just roll it out into a log like a big old breadstick. My aim is to bake this and then drench it again with some more pesto. And if you wanted actually an alternative, you could get some, you can get like flavoured butters, like garlic butter. You could put that in there and then drizzle that on. That'll melt all through, more like a garlic, ooh, garlic bread baguette. Well, there we go. Put it on there, and hopefully, if I've cut it in half fairly accurately, this will be similar size. Amazing, so I'm gonna bake these at the end. I'll just leave them to rest to one side. And whilst we've been playing around with those breadsticks, this has been in the fridge and firmed up enough to give us a platform for the filling. The peanut butter, I'm gonna push it to the edge as much as I can, because we still want to cover the edges in the chocolate, just to get a little bit down here. Whereas with the jam, we can kind of paint it on, fill it up as much as we can. So you can kind of take the filling as close to the edge, but then fill it just to create a border, because then we can do our pour on top. Just sort of gently guide it, because you don't want to push the filling. That's worked out amazing. Look at that! Right, you get the idea? Tap it down a bit. That's what I'm going to be doing with the other 3. And that is it. The only downside by using this, have I just put my shoulder in melted chocolate? Oh, no I haven't. Ideally, if you've got a loose bottom cupcake tin like this and you're not bothered about the shape, it'll pop out easy. With them being firmed and set together, they should jump out. They'll be quite heavy, but we'll worry about that in a bit. So in the fridge for a blooming good set. just want to do a little shout out to the people that do the 4, 3, 2, 1 date nights where they do all 4 or pick, like there's actually pick a mix. Someone did like a whole like come dine with me with their friends and pick their own separate courses, which was awesome. A couple of students also messaged me as well, say that they've sort of saved a lot of money doing it, which is great. And the other question I also get asked is, what is my favourite thing I have ever done on 4, 3, 2, 1? I don't know. I really like the barbecue pulled chicken though, because I love pulled pork, but that's just such a quick and lazy way to do it, and it does actually work a charm. I think it would be that, but there's been so many. But anyhow, we're gonna do the drink now, and this is something that you guys sent me. I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? And I saw that it was 3 ingredients, and it can be done without a cake mix. This is a cake batter milkshake. So, cake batter milkshake. Apparently, if we combine some Creti Bocca, now I've gone for the Rainbow Party mix, combine that with milk and ice cream, so, you know, something you'd normally put in a milkshake, it makes this cake batter milkshake. And there are ways of doing it without said cake mix, but we kind of know what goes into this. It's just this one I won't be adding the eggs, the oil, or the water. I guess it's getting the moisture from this, and people are loving it. Oh, it smells sweet even through the packaging. Smell that. Right, this is half a cup, pretty much, of the mix. In goes a cup of milk and 1, 2, 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream, but you could use a chocolate one if you want. You could do a chocolate. Oh my gosh, why didn't I do that? I know, because I wanted to stick to the recipe. I don't trust myself here. Plug in Glenda the blender, and as you see, the milk is settling down there to hopefully help. I mean, I guess we're effectively whisking this, right? I don't know if I'm going to edit that bit out, but I had a very confused look on my face just now. Oh, it looks like pancake batter, but that is all blended and combined. I'm going to keep this cool. Let's get the breadsticks in the oven. And meanwhile, we will see if the pesto. So I've just got a little bit in a ramekin. Just gonna give it 10 seconds in the microwave. Just if we can get it a little bit more loosened up and spreadable, that could work really, really well. The other thing to say, as this finishes, whenever I do these 4, 3, 2, 1 videos, I don't have breakfast. It is now approaching lunchtime, and I am bloomin' starving, although not so keen on a cake batter milkshake. Oh wow, yes, that has worked. That has really worked well. Whilst the breadsticks are cooling down, we use the oven to make our main. Now, I don't know what to call this. I've got some smoked fish. I just love smoky recipes, but any fish will do. That is gonna get poached in some tomato sauce. So I could have just got like a jar of tomato sauce or passata, but if you go into sort of like the pasta aisle, in some supermarkets, they tend to have like a tomato sauce section and then like a pasta sauce thing. It's kind of like the same thing, but they've put free flavour in, right? So we've got an onion and garlic infused tomato sauce. We're gonna poach the fish in this. We're gonna poach it in the oven, but it'll kind of make sense. And then I was potentially gonna cook some spaghetti in with it, but I thought, again, I can get some free flavour by getting some easy, ready-made rice. There's like egg fried rice, there was whole grain, all that stuff, but I thought I'd go for vegetables. So by 3 items, we've got onion and garlic tomato sauce, we've got the smokiness of the fish, plus the rice with the veg in it. That's pretty darn good. All right, so it's all gonna happen in here. Sauce is going in. I needed slightly more than 1 jar, like 1.5. But you might have just heard that I half filled the empty one with some water. And what we're trying to do is get this warm before the fish goes in it. But my theory with that was you could add slightly more water and get either fresh pasta or fresh spaghetti that cooks way quicker, and cook that in there as it warms up, and then bake it with the fish to kind of do like this weird fishy ziti vibe. That would have been cool. I just quite like the simplicity of like the rice just having like vegetable, like more flavour in it. Like, why not? Beautiful. I'm normally quite harsh on myself and don't even allow myself seasoning, but just giving it a good bit of pepper on that fish. And remember, I'm just limiting myself as much as possible. Like, go to town on it. Like, I don't care. Chuck in 8 ingredients if you want. I mean, you might not need that. But like, hopefully all the videos on this playlist give you that platform to potentially save money. Like, a lot of people message me that going, that's quite cheap, so it's cool. Excuse the fish pun, but we are gonna place our fish in there. And I don't know, I have a feeling it's gonna get stained. Fish is going in for about 10 minutes. And if you wanted to, you could do a grill for the last few minutes, or broiler, depending on where you are in the world, just to get that char. That's the sign for char. I think that's supposed to be a flame or a spider. Yeah, real char grilled fish. Up to you. But actually, my biggest concern right now is getting these out. Hopefully the weight of them will just drop. Yeah, that's not working, is it? Oh, I think one just dropped out a minute ago. Oh, look at that. I'm keeping that in the fridge. That looks awesome. Oh, I actually love it. That is all fully baked through. Oh, jumbo breadsticks are done. Look at that, they've split a little bit, but that's fine. And I've just warmed some more pesto up then. Remember, there's not just basil in this, there's obviously nuts and cheese as well, so wow. And I know I could probably argue that I could get away with butter, but I want you to do that. Maybe put a little bit of butter in with the pesto to sort of really drizzle it on, melt it through. Oh, right. My rice is just bung in the microwave jobby. Let me serve that up. Put in the fish on there like that. For a main meal, that should be all right. Oh my gosh. Certainly thick. Smells like a cake. Oh. You've got the jam layer wedged around the peanut butter like that. Ah, they are going to be awesome. But yeah, yet again, we've done another 4 courses. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, still warm, fluffy inside. That is gorgeous. A very slight pesto flavour in there. It tastes quite like a wholemeal baguette actually, but a wonderful crispy outside. Delicate pesto-ness, that is wonderful. And I don't think it even needs the pesto. Okay, so let's try some of this fish. Oh, it's flaky with the sauce. Oh my gosh, oh that's wonderful. I don't know if you heard Boston just sort of shake himself off then. You can tell him at the eating scene, can't you? He's like, oh, I'm here, I'm awake. It's really weird, it's like two contrasts. You've got like the nice comforting bread, but then you go to something which has got so much depth to it. The smokiness, even the pepperiness on the fish, the tomato sauce, which has stained it. I think it's stained it underneath. Yeah, look at that, that's like orange. The rice is just rice, I've got a bit of vegetable on there, but it's that sauce working in, kind of soaking into that fish as it cooks, driving that flavour in with the smokiness. I blooming love that. You see that there? Oh wow. I love the shape and the colour on them. They're awesome, and you don't get really much from the dark chocolate. That's kind of holding together the real sweetness, and I guess a little bit of moisture to a degree is from the jam. The peanut butter is kind of like a smoothing flavour bit, and a bit of texture from the nuts there. But it's that surprise kick of the jam that you don't normally get in a peanut butter cup, particularly a mega peanut butter cup, that I just thought would be fun to add for a third ingredient twist. Right, Cake Batter Milkshake. It almost looks like it's baked in there. Here we go. So it smells so sweet. Whoa, 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 hang on a sec. I don't want you to die. Just come here, come here. Right, so with the Creti Bocca mix, thank you to Patreon for pointing this out. You're probably commenting right now, I'm about to drink this, like, oh my gosh, you got, ew, right? So you got to heat treat the flour mix. So you can do that in the microwave, in the oven, there's several different ways. That will make sure you don't die. I haven't died, I'm okay. But make sure you do that and it might actually taste a bit better. Well, I was right there, it definitely is sweet. It does taste of cake batter because that's sort of what it is. I don't hate that, but that is insane, like insanely, stonkingly, outstandingly, atrociously sweet. So I'll have a bit more. I don't hate it. That is dangerous. I don't really know if I really want you to make it, but I feel like maybe you should try it. But eat fruit or fish like I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, rest of the week after if you do. Blimey. Do you know what? I love all of these today. This actually might be my last 4, 3, 2, 1 for a while. I'm going to actually jump up to 5 ingredients, which opens up so much more flexibility. You would not believe those 2 extra ingredients, what it can do. But if you do try any of these or any others on the playlist, don't forget to check it out, as I say. Put in a sweatband and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe too for regular food fun, and do keep any other 3 ingredients or 4 or 5 coming in on your social media too. I'd love to see it. Any help does help. So cheers guys, see you soon. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it.